Jumani, also known as Jubian Watchner, is always Arsenal. 1-0 victory against Brentford in the FA Cup third round. On to the fourth round following a 1-0 victory courtesy Reece Nelson. Always good to see our Haaland boys scoring. Reece Nelson got an opportunity. He controlled it well and slipped it to the corner, the right hand corner of the goal. But let me just start with the lineup. Of course, we had Ben White in the right back position. We had Kivior playing left back. We had Gabriel and Tomiyasu in the centre back position. Yes, we have a versatile back. When you check that out, there's really four centre backs in that back four there. But Ben White is now an official right back, and Kivior can play on the left hand side. So we mixed it and matching, but solid, and we came out with a clean sheet. Of course, Ramsdale behind them. Still not 100% happy with what is taking place at Ramsdale, but Raya is clearly the better player on his foot in particular, distributing the ball and stuff, and Ramsdale is second fiddle at the moment. We have to go with the punches, and that's what's taking place. He did punch out a few and save a few in the second half, but let me just deal with the first half and continue with the lineup. We had in the midfield, we played with a young Sego Jr. He made his debut on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we had Nelson, and on top we had Nketiah. And of course, how can I forget the midfield with Smith Rowe? Yes, Emil Smith Rowe starting in the midfield, Jorginho and Kai Havertz. Reece Nelson, as I mentioned before, he scored a well taken goal. Dominated, of course, but in the second half, Ramsdale had to make some saves. Brentford is a physical team. I still can't forget that victory that Brentford defeated us against. That would have been 1-2 within the last 2 or 3 seasons. The first game of the season was a Friday game, and we started on licks against Brentford. And ever since, they have always been a physical team, but we were able to see through, and we on to the fourth round against West Ham. And I like the fact that we are trying our best to keep everyone happy. So Jorginho, although he made the mistake and almost made another one in this game, Jorginho is getting the opportunity to play in these games to at least bring his experience. Still not 100% convinced with Jorginho entirely, but he playing alongside the likes of Smith Rowe and the debut with young Sego. We also had Eddie Nketiah on top, who is building his confidence as he grew. Still not my number one striker, but he played, and Reece Nelson is getting a lot of game time. So 1-0 victory. West Ham is our next game in the FA Cup fourth round. That too would be a physical encounter, but we continue to build our momentum. Following that 2-2 draw against Spurs, I'm happy for that 1-0 victory because watch now is always Arsenal.